it was interesting. I don't know if anybody out there is going to a game 7 if it goes to game 7, but I'm just saying when I saw them prices, that tripped me out. That tripped me out. So, and I do think now, guys, that OKC will win this tournament. Will win a ring. And I told you when the last time they won what 79? Did they win that as the Supersonics back then? So this would be what the second championship. And how do they count that? If you won it in Seattle, you moved to OKC. How do they even count that? Like, okay, the Houston team that went to the Titans turned it. Okay. I don't know how they count. Because I'm thinking, the Houston teams that used to be in Houston that moved to Tennessee before the other team came back to Houston, who records do those teams go under? Like Ernest Givens and all of that. Do they like? So Nico Collins is going to be breaking Ernest Givens' record, or is Xavier Restrepo going to be breaking Ernest Givens' record? Because you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna find that out because I think that's interesting. I'm going to find that out. You guys let me know. Dude, let me tell you something. SGA. Jalen Williams yesterday hit 40 points, right? Everybody's talking about Jalen Williams. And they need to be talking about him because he's really developing and coming to his own. And you can see it. Smooth, knows how to finish, got that runner with the right hand and then running with the left hand off the bank. He got him both ways, running left, right. And I mean, he could score. But SGA is that dude. He's that dude. Dude, they were trying to take him out of the game. You cannot take him out. They were being physical with him, pushing him around. He kept coming back. And he's in such great condition. Most people would be tired. He kept coming for the battle, getting that shot off, and kept dropping it. Do you know he has had 15 of 21 games he put up? Daddy. 15 of the 21 games he put up. Daddy. That's insane. That's insane, man. Let me tell you why this is insane. It's the NBA. And everybody, the first thing they put up on that board is we got to shut him down. We got to stop this dude. And they never get a chance to do it. That's what's amazing. That's what I used to love. Dude, I that kind of stuff right here, when you 15 to 21, when I see it, I think I liken it to, what year was that? 91, 92. When I average 100 yards a game. Now, you got to remember now, this ain't you guys 100 yards. This ain't we throwing the ball 55 times a game, and that's what they average. What was the average amount of passes right now, Nathan, per game in the NFL? And then go put it back to the average amount of passes in the NFL in 1990. You know what I'm saying? Per game. I guarantee you we were throwing the ball 24, 25 times a game. They throwing it 55 times. So you got double the shot. You should be getting 200 yards a game. About 200. But I averaged 100 yards per game, 11 straight, 100 yards. Everybody comes in saying, we got to stop this joker. And they were just talking, just like everybody else. And with the SGA, everybody comes in saying it, and they just talking. They're like everybody else. That dude is with Perk right now. Right now, he's the best basketball player in the National Basketball Association. I know Jokic is up there, but and Jokic's a bad boy. but SGA has the ball in his hands. You know, Jokic is like a Barry Sanders, really. You get the ball in his hand, he could do great things. But SGA has the ball every day, every play. And yeah, that's like the quarterback. That's like quarterback. So yeah, I gotta take him. I gotta take him. Okay. Now and look at that. See, okay. 2025, they average 34, 35 passes a game. Now, give me the Cowboys average. And what year did I have 1,600 yards? 15, the 92, 93, whatever, 1,500, 93. Get me how many passes the Cowboys average in 92, 93, any one of them. Somewhere in there, all of them I was killing jokers. You know what I mean? And we went throwing the ball 35 times a game. You know, so I don't mean to be bragging. Is that bragging? Not if it's true. It's just what it is. Truth is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So to go get that 1,000 yards, to go get average 100 yards a game, I always looked at that as wow, that's insane because everybody's pretending, everybody coming in trying to stop you. Stop you. Okay, we were at 28, 92, 28, 93. Yeah, 28 passes a game. Okay, see what I'm saying? I take that. Now, if I had them other 8 right there that they had, I'm going to get another 4 or 5 or the next 7. To me, that's huge. That's huge. If I got, because if you throwing the ball another 7 times, 5 of those are mine. For sure, no doubt 4 is. And 5, and for me, that's another game. I can get 5 receptions. I have over 100 yards. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is SGA is a bad man. I ain't trying to say I'm a bad man. I'm an old man. But SGA is a bad man. Not many people can do it like he's doing it right now. I average 9 targets per game. Okay, Nate, 9 targets per game. Well, if I got what? Hey, what? What? Hey, how many targets did Jamal Chase have this year? Wait a minute. Let's do this. How many targets per game did Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson average this year? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Different. Mike, why do y'all have me on this? How did I jump on this? How did I bring me in this and jump in this? Jamar Chase, 11 per game only. 11, 12. I thought he would have more. But he can get that now because they got T. Higgins over there too. You know what I mean? 280 targets for 17 games. 280 targets. God almighty. That's great. Yeah, that's great. All them bad boys. Jamar Chase, bad boy. Jamar Chase way more physically gifted than I am. You know what I mean? Way more physically gifted. Now, not more physical, but way more physically gifted than I am. He's just a different beast. He's just a different beast altogether. Hey, let me put up that soccer score. Panthers Oilers, Game 6, Panther League Series 3-2. End of the first period. Florida Panthers 2-0 right now. Look like the Panthers trying to lock down another championship. Okay, let's just do that. Yep, looks like they're about to try to knock down another championship. When was the last time Florida won a championship in anything outside of hockey? Was it the Heat? You know what I'm saying? So hockey do it. Put me back. It was the Heat, wasn't it? It was the Heat, yeah. That was my Heat. All right, let me talk to some peeps, man. What's going on with my peeps out here, man? Huh? Yeah. I feel, I appreciate that on B23. I appreciate that. But I don't know why I even jumped into that. Why did I jump into talking about, I was trying to make something tantamount equal to, like, what is it like when you put up 35 points, 15 to 21 games, and everybody's coming in and saying, we got to stop you. That's what I felt like that year that I averaged 100 yards. Everybody came in saying, I got to stop you, but they couldn't really do it. I'm ready for the Cowboys season 2 over 23, man. I cannot wait. Helen, you remember when 88 got drafted? Yeah. I was telling somebody about that the other day, man, about getting drafted by the Cowboys, and I remember in all the days my dad and I would watch football and watch the Cowboys. And the only way I have ever, since my dad has never seen me play, you know, the only way I imagine it is when I was watching with him and Drew Pearson made a play, he would react a certain way. So each time I made a play, I tried to remember Drew making a play similar to that, and I put his reaction in my mind, because it was 88 to 88, so it just worked out like that. When Drew gave me the number, that's the part that always amazed me. I was able to draw back on Drew's moments in experience whenever I made a play. I was there when he made that play, the Hail Mary play, and my dad jumped up. That's clutch. He was all over the place. I told you, son. I told you we had a shot because you were so happy. Boy, I told you you could do this. Told you. That's how you got to do it. And then but I didn't have a Hail Mary, but I had a couple game winners. And I would think about how he jumped up for that Hail Mary. You know what I mean? I don't know. I shouldn't be telling y'all that. I shouldn't be telling y'all that, but that's the kind of stuff I think about. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. We had some special teams. We had a special team, man, and you're right, Eric. We had a special bond that was different, and that's what wins, and that's what I'm hoping this team has. And I went back on this. I told you guys, remember, like, certain things can bring teams together. Like when the year we didn't win that Super Bowl in '94, in '94, because of the strife and everything that was going on, and Barry's first year there and everything, and everybody was so hurt after that San Fran game. We were so hurt, even though we spotted them 21. Everything else was gone. Nothing else mattered. It was like, we're coming back and we're going to win this Super Bowl again. So whatever moment we had, whatever situation we had with Barry, all of it was gone. We all connected on the level of such pain for coming up short that nothing else mattered after that. You know what I mean? So yeah, those special moments. Those are special moments. I'll never forget them. Hold on. My knees. Right. I've been getting back on working my knees, trying to get my strength back in my legs. Just getting old. But everything I read, they say you last longer the stronger your legs are. So I had to get back to training. My knees were hurting so bad I couldn't do it. But now I'm doing pretty good. You know what I mean? So yeah, I still want to figure that out, like how that record stuff works. Like, are the OKC working off the Supersonics records? Like the Titans, is that the old Houston record, or is it the Texans? Somebody get me some information on that and see how that works out. You know what I mean? That's interesting. Hey, I am from Dallas. My mom, pops used to work at Texas Stadium. I was at the game. Emmett Broke, all-time leading rusher. I was there too. I was there, man. In Irvin. Isn't that crazy how great that used to be, man? I used to talk about how, oh my God, dude. You know what I love? I love when people, when I caught a touchdown in Irvin and Brad Sham will be calling a game, and he'll say, or or a John Madden, and your boy be calling the game, and they'll say, Irving loves Irvin. That was my thing right there, y'all. Irving loves Irvin. When I came up with that touchdown, they said, Irving loves Irvin. You know what I mean? That was that was good stuff, man. Stop making me go back to that, man. Stop making me go back to that. Come on, we got to talk about what's going on right now and what we have and the hopes of what they will build. Back to what I was saying, I hope that these guys are grabbing towards each other saying this is going to be different. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys, everything I got coming out. Let me tell you what I love. Everything's been good now. Two things, Dak's on the field. Dak went through practice. Listen to what we're doing. Michael Parsons on the field, going through practice. Nobody's talking about injuries and returning from injuries. Nobody's doing it. Nobody's talking about contract. Nobody's doing it. Everybody's talking right now, focus right now is on winning. And this hasn't happened in quite a while, where you've had an offseason where it's been focused on winning. So the approach and the chance that they're giving Brian Schottenheimer, I like it, and I like that I'm seeing it. I'm telling you guys, when I saw practice last week and I saw Jerry out with Michael Parsons, and week before that I was out there. I didn't see Michael when I was out there. But when I saw Jerry talking to Michael and all of that, Jerry knows and that him and Michael's going to be the top spot. And people are going to talk about him. And Jerry be coming out, and him and Michael be sitting over there all the time talking. But they're talking, and it's a show. And then when, Jerry's going to want to make this work because he's talking to Michael Parsons. And it's not like that. It's not like CD where everybody just split and went their own way. Jerry gets to talk, so Jerry feels like, you didn't beat me. I gave it to you because, I took care of it. That's why I said this contract, Jerry should make Michael Parsons the Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs. Make him the highest paid, and we can play with his contract whenever we need money. That's what I say. We say, what do you do to stay in shape? A lot was asking me, man, what I do to stay in shape. First of all, it's so funny I said, because like I really want, I like only eating I try to eat as much protein now and cut out as many carbs as I want, because everything good has carbs in terms of sugar and all of that. All the other stuff goes on in your body. But that's basically what I do. I'm not in no steroids or anything like that, because I always want my actions to work, if you know what I mean. I don't want my buddy to pack up and haul out and leave. So we had a good working relationship. I want him working. So I'm not doing no steroids or anything like that. None of that. Can't do any of that stuff. But working out is the key, man. I'm trying to fight for every bit of my time, and I'm going to squeeze like a dry rag for every one of my dimes out of this body. That's my saying. And I'm going to ride it out. Don't even get mad, huh? Retro game. What's your game club? The Cowboys. What does that mean? Hey, Chris. What's up, Chris? Chris and Helen? See, I was at RK in 1988, hoping you would have your breakout game, and you did. 149 yards, 3 TD. And today, let me tell you something. You got the jersey. Come on, man. I really should have been on the Century team. I should have been on the Century team. Absolutely. And that bothered me. It didn't disturb me, but it bothered me not being on that Century team. Let me tell you guys about this. He's talking about my rookie year at RFK. I had 149 yards, right? The rookie game. Yeah, 149 yards, 3 touchdowns, right? In my first game at RFK. And I mean, I told y'all about this game, man, because I tell everybody, what, man, my first game, I put 149 yards up on Darrell Green. But Darrell Green really only played me for about the first few plays, and then he got hurt. And then some other joker came in. I fried, died, and laid his ass on the side. 149, boom, boom. And every time I told the story, I said, yeah, I put 149 on Darrell Green. You know, he was, but he wasn't there the whole game. I guess that's karma getting me back because later on, Darrell Green, you know, when I was at his house, he put me in the cellar and in the bed, he had himself a picture where he was intercepting a pass. And he had never intercepted a pass in front of me. So I don't know how that picture got up there. But that's just, I digress. You know what I'm saying? But that was a hell of a game, man. That was a hell of a game. I will tell you guys this, though. I was nervous that game because I remember saying, oh, my God, is Darrell Green going to cover me? And he did. And I was like, whoa, that dude was different now. That dude was different. I ain't never seen anybody that quick. And that's why I was saying to myself, I don't care. I can go home, put on weight vests, and jump around, try to get quick, explosive. I ain't never be that quick. I ain't gonna never be that quick. So stop messing with it. It ain't gonna never work. You know what I mean? So I was like, just stop thinking about it. We not gonna try to outquick them. We just gonna lean on them. And that's what I did. You know who else I used to think about that did that? Y'all remember Eric Moe from the Saints? That big joker? Who? Y'all remember Eric Moe? Well, Eric Moe's a bad big joker in the Saints, man. I used to watch DBs. He made them, they climbed his back. He would carry. That was a big dude. So, yeah, that's who I took that off of. When I watched him, he played a physical game. Eric Moe did not care. Jerry Rice made up heels with best. Jerry Rice did. And Jerry Rice worked. He worked. I don't know if there's any guy that I would say that had my work ethic or would work as hard as me. But Jerry Rice, I would say, was one of those guys. There's no doubt. Like when they used to tell me to come work out with them, I wouldn't do it because I thought it was warfare. I can't let you see what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I can't give you that edge. I can't let you see how hard I'm going. You know what I mean? This is you gonna get this when you get this. You ain't gonna be sitting here figuring it out so you can psychologically play with me. It's just what the game is. Yeah. Yeah, Eric Mooney. Yeah, I remember. Point of getting contract. The point of getting contract done is to get distractions that come with contract negotiations, not the way. Right. You're right. Right. But Jerry, for some reason, has not taken a hold of that because he's always the businessman of him is always trying to win in the end. Now, I tell Jerry, you have to understand those few dollars aren't worth the time we're putting into it and the questions and all of that and the mind not being focused on football. If Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, we got to get better at that stuff. You know what I mean? There's no doubt the Cowboys got to get better at that stuff if they're going to win. Panthers up 2-0 in the second period right now. Panthers leading the Oilers in game 6-3, 2-0. They got a 3-2 lead on the series. A champion they are about to be. Now, since we're talking about champions, and we'll find out who's going to be the NBA champions. Two things I want to talk about first. Two things that I want to talk about, and both of them, I call it criminal. Both of them are criminal. One Antonio Brown. Y'all know about that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the other criminal activity is Desmond Bain traded to the Magic for 4 first-round picks. This is like that Mikal Bridges thing. Like, wait a minute. Luka and AD, and it was only 1 first-round pick in there. Bain, 4 first-round picks. That's a great young up and ride coming player. Great young player. Great. 19 points a game. 6.1 rebounds a game. They gave him a 5-year, $200 million extension. 4 first-round draft picks. That's insane. I mean, points. That's insane, peeps. And I was thinking, they don't treat first-round draft picks with any value in the NBA. Because if you for 4 first rounders, you got to be getting LeBron James or Michael Jordan, and not Desmond Bain or not Mikal Bridges. You know what I mean? It's like you got to be getting something before you give up 4 first round, and they only got 2 rounds in the draft. So you just like, that blows my mind. I don't know who makes these deals. See, it's not apples to apples in any way when we start talking this in the NBA. Like, if it's the first pick in the draft, the next year guy, if somebody traded and got what they gave up for that pick in 2023, right? 2024 comes and you want that first pick, that's the base which you got to start with. It's 2023. They're not going to say it doesn't matter. They're going to go buy those because they hold the value that way. They don't let people just do this. Desmond Bain drown out the importance of that first round pick by throwing 4 over here. It's just, it blows my mind. It blows my mind, the value they put on first round picks in the NBA and do a comparative analysis and talk about the value they put on first round picks in the NFL. It's night and day. Night and day. And I guess you can always find players, basketball players, I guess you can always find them, football players, especially first rounders. Rare commodity. We don't give them up like that. In football, Desmond Bain for 4 first round picks is simply criminal. Criminal. And the other criminal, let's talk about this, y'all. Antonio Brown. Let me give you this now. Y'all know Antonio Brown in 2020 got banned from Hollywood, Florida's youth league, arrested for felony battery on a truck driver. In June 2020, plead no contest, received probation, community service counseling. October 2020, arrested for unpaid child support, released on bond. October 2022, cited for indecent exposure in Dubai. Let that one go. August 2023, arrested for unpaid child support, public outburst online. Now, you guys remember that, right? When he was yelling and hollering at, I guess, maybe his baby mama or something. I don't know what that was, but it was going crazy. It was going crazy. And then May 2024, filed for bankruptcy, citing $3 million in liability. Now, May 16, 2025, the Miami shooting at the celebrity boxing event. And in June, the attempted murder charge. Attempted murder. Warrant issued for attempted second-degree murder. This is crazy. This is crazy. The police are talking about right now, I know they think he's out of the country. And dude, I'm telling y'all, this is crazy. Antonio Brown is going to get some time because they're going to send a message when I was at dinner the other day, oh my God, I wish I grabbed my phone in time. Some black guys came in, 3 black kids came in, they had a mask on, and they got those little fake guns, right? They shoot, I guess they're playing dart things, shoot. And they were acting crazy. The dude guy was trying to get them out. And they were acting crazy. I was like, these, but people loot all of that. They can't do anything to those dudes. They're young, they run in, they do all kind of stuff, they go. Antonio Brown, you ain't that young dude. And you done embarrass these people, calling them all kind of names. They've been sitting there waiting, and they finna get them. And I'm gonna tell you what they're going to tell the people. They're gonna say, and I don't know if they're right or wrong or what, but they're going to say, he's evolving. He's becoming a real threat to society. He is devolving. We're watching it live as it goes on. And all of that. Now, listen, remember I'm telling you guys, all of that they're going to bring up. Even all the things that that nothing to do with the case to make them seem even more guilty. I see it. I love Weed saying early signs of CTE. And for him, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but he plays around with that. He jokes around with the ECTESPN, whatever his handle is, I saw. You know what I mean? I remember that Cincinnati game. Everybody's talking about that Vontaze Burfict hit, and that knocked him whatever. It knocked him whatever. And he got issues now. They say that, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know if these guys understand you're about to lose your time. Now, I don't think, Phil, I hear you, Phil. You think he'll get shanked? The good thing, the one thing about this, I don't call it a good thing, but the thing I hear, like, if people go, usually when athletes go to jail, like when Nate went in and we talked, Nate got out, we had a chance to talk. First thing I asked Nate was, did they get your big fella? He said, no, they didn't get him. I asked him that on a radio interview. I said, big fella, you gonna tell us the truth? It's just me listening. We were live on the radio. I said, at any time, did you have to bend down and get the show? And did they get your big fella? I flat out asked. But they did, because he said, I know, I'm so crazy. But my job, and when I'm doing an interview like that, is to ask the question that you want to know. Now, everybody wanted to know if they got big fella when he first got out. You know what I mean? Big fella, did they get you? I mean, come on, big fella. Big fella was big back then, too. I mean, yeah. Oh, that was, yeah. But he says they treat athletes right. And Antonio Brown, I think he'll get treated. He'll get treated right. Guys, they like athletes. From what I heard, I'm not going in to test the theory. You see what I mean? I'm just letting you know right now, I'm not going in to test the theory. And I will say this, and I want to close with this. I really wished Antonio Brown would have stayed in Pittsburgh his whole career. I really do. I just wish him and Le'Veon Bell would have made a different decision than the one they made. They had a great thing going and a great team, and they were playing in a great city for a great organization with a great fan base. You can't let something like that go. And they did. And now they're like vagabonds, him and Le'Veon Bell. And they were great players, but they're like wanderers. Without a home, without a team, without a base, a fan base. And me being so fortunate and lucky to play for the Dallas Cowboys and have such a home, such a fan base, and be a part of such a big family. I know what they are missing, and that hurts my spirit. And I know what he's in for, and that hurts my spirit. You can huff and you can puff. But blowing down houses is a whole different thing, especially when you're in jail. That's all the time for this week. We will jump back on next week. We'll do it at a different time because my guys are going to be on a vacation that they need. They work hard. I appreciate that. But they're going to sail to some unknown place. I can't tell you. It's totally secret. Totally secret. And then they tried to get me. So, Michael, you could do one by yourself. I said, shit, are you crazy? No way. No way. Okay, don't put that on me. But I will let you guys know when we will do it. And we will look forward to chatting again. It was a quick moment. I appreciate you guys. God bless. See you next time.